So Tammy George just asked a great question in the comment of the short video I just did about the Gospel of Philip and the line of Cain, and she asked, do I think that they will ever show themselves as they truly are? And the answer to that question is yes, and I believe the answer comes in the form of the movie that just came out, which is interestingly enough called Wicked, which is Mickey backwards. And most people know that Walt Disney is evil, and Walt Disney has 666 in it. The levels of the tower at the beginning of all movies is 9 levels, which is the 9 levels of Satanism. And the point of the flag tower goes through the firmament, which is what Nimrod wanted to do by breaking through the firmament to get to God so he could try and destroy God. But little did he know he's got another 6 firmaments to go after that. And whether it was a Stargate or whatever, it's just their symbolism to show that they're evil and they want to get through. But if you'll notice in the I never personally saw the movie. I don't know what it's about. I just saw a preview of it recently, and it shows the two witches growing up together in the same like whatever, like they're growing up together, they're friends, they're little kids. And I was like, wow, this emotionally pulls you right in 5 seconds. And I was thinking to myself, like, if they're trying to emotionally pull you into this, it's for a very specific reason. And in my opinion, that reason is because eventually the cloak that the reptilians have is going to fall off. And if you'll notice in the beginning of the movie poster thing, it shows both of them touching fingers, like as if like the symbol between like that painting Michelangelo did on the Sistine Chapel or whatever, I forget, I think that's what it's called, when God is touching Adam's finger and he's reaching out for him. That, in my opinion, is what they're trying to show you, is that the sons of God mated with human women, creating the reptilian race and the race of the giants in separate incursions. And then we also get the line of Adam, and so Adam looks like Christ, looks like humanity, and Cain's line does not. And so the reptilian race is green colored. So they're showing you in this movie Wicked that these two have grown up together. And what did Jesus say? The angel said, do you want us to root them up, the tares, who look like humans but they're not? And it's the darnel is the weed that looks like wheat, but when it gets fully grown, it doesn't bow down, which is a symbol of human beings that bow down before Christ. And so Jesus said, no, let them grow together until the end. So what did these two witches do? They grew up together, but they don't look like each other once they're full grown. And I mean, one's green and one's human in the whole movie, but I'm just saying, like, it's showing you symbolically that this is, they know all this, they know the truth, they know they're gonna burn. They're proud of the fact they're gonna burn for some reason. I don't think they realize what they're saying. Like, if they were so smart, if they were so intelligent, then they'd read the books that tell you what happens when you go to hell. It's not gonna be a fun time. Satan's not having a good time. Satan lies to himself. He can't even trust himself. He tells himself lies to make himself feel good about himself. He's telling lies to all his followers. He's telling lies to all of us. That's all he does. He's the father of lies. And Obama, the Antichrist, is his son. That's who Beelzebub, in my opinion, said that he wasn't going to go get when Solomon said, bring your son here. And Beelzebub said, no, I won't bring my son. Why would he not bring his son? Every other demon had to come forth. Why would he not have to? In my opinion, it's because there's some type of power the Antichrist has where he's not supposed to be revealed until a certain time, which is the end times, just like Enoch and Elijah. That's what the saints said to Enoch and Elijah when they're in the underworld. They're like, why were you not with us? They're like, we are waiting to fight the Antichrist at the end of time. We were taken in our human forms and brought here to paradise waiting for the time. There are time cues in humanity where everybody will eventually see these things. It's just like, Who saw it first and why? Why were you not paying attention? Why were you not being a watcher on the wall? Why were you not doing what you were supposed to do by realizing that these pastors are false preachers? They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Why were you bowing down to idols when I specifically said in my 10 commandments, do not bow down to idols? Why does your pastor or your church have idols in it? Why didn't you read the testament of Job that says that demons live in idols? Don't you know why Job was tested? Don't you know why I say to be born again? Do you think that you could go back into your mother's stomach? What are you talking about? Obviously, that's not what I mean. It's a simple thing. You're one of the leaders of the Jewish people. You don't understand how to become born again? He said to Nicodemus. How could you not know this? You're a leader of the people. Why don't we know these things? Because you're focusing your mind and your thoughts and your being on other things that do not matter. Like the flag of America, pledging allegiance to the flag of America. Why would you do that? My allegiances are not with America, land of the feathered serpent. I do not have any allegiance to this country whatsoever. None. Zero. It's a farce, and they send our children and our babies and our kids to go be murdered for their war propaganda and their war machines so that rich men can sit in their little clubhouse and talk about how we're winning this war and I sold this many guns and I was the one who invented this many guns to shoot somebody else in the face with, and I built this cannon and I made this armament of war, which were all things taught to us by the fallen angels. And that doesn't mean that we don't have instruments of war ourselves now because we have to fight against them. That's not it. But the weapons of our war are not carnal. They are spiritual weapons, and the spiritual weapons of God are his words. And it says that the tongue is more powerful than the sword. So if the tongue is more powerful than the sword, then rise up and say something against these things. Rise up and speak while you have the opportunity to speak. Find God while he can be found. Find God before it's outlawed, because people have dreamed of people that take the mark of the beast, and they want to go find preachers of righteousness, and they can't find them because they've gone into hiding, and they read your thoughts because you've taken something that lets them see what you think in your mind, and they blow you up. Like pressing a Staples button, like those little red buttons, they press that button and you're dead because you were thinking something you shouldn't have thought. They don't want you thinking. They don't want you seeking out the majesty of the Most High God. They want you dumbed down, and they want you not realizing that the movie Maleficent is about the devil when he was cast out of heaven. They don't want you thinking that that stuff's real. They want you thinking it's fantasy, and it's not fantasy. There's only two things in this world: evil and the devil, and good and God. And if you don't choose either one, then he's going to spew you out of his mouth. The grayness is just your chose evil. That's it. That's why I say there's only two paths. Because he doesn't deal well with people that are living in the middle. He wants you to either be on fire for him, and he'll test you in that fire, trust me. But we're talking about things that are omnipotent things. We're talking about the one who makes things grow, that makes the sun come out every day. We're talking about the God that has the power to create the beings that make the plants grow, the wind blow, the sun rise up, the moon rise up at night, the animals to procreate every year, for human beings to have babies, for other human beings to come into this world and to leave this world. We're talking about God. And he is real, and he does care about our lives. It's just that we are living in a world run by the devil. And you have to put on full armor. You can't just be like, being like, oh, maybe I should try, and maybe, you know, it's not like that. It's like you are being attacked. You are going to be attacked every single day if you come at the devil like this. And it's just like, how much can you stand? How much can you take? Well, Job was putting worms back on his skin when they'd fall off so they could torture him more because he refused to give up in his race against the devil. So don't give up. Do not give up. God bless and have a great day.